Once again, I say congratulations. You have joined this session so far. This is our final session on this goal setting webinar series. And so I want you to just relax. We're not going to take much time as we usually don't do. Okay, we go straight to the point on these sessions. And again, like I mentioned each time, this session is not always the most important session. While it is necessary, you have these sessions and these touch points. The most critical and most important sessions is the session you have with yourself, where you have your own, conference, personal meetings, personal reflections, where you look into some of these things and address where areas of your life that you need to address, taking these tools and these teachings and these learnings into perspective. And so each step you have taken has brought you closer to becoming the person who lives their goals. Creating a vision. Now, this was the very first series that we had. We talked about life vision, so I want to do a quick recap. We talked about life vision, which is a reflective practice to visualize your future. We talked about the rocking chair, right? We imagined you are 90 years old, you're 95 years old, you had a very long and successful life. Looking back at the age of 95, what do you see as success? What are the things that you want to count as success? Because at the age of 95, really, there's nothing left you want to be doing. You just want to relax and be thinking about, history, about memories you've made. And so what memories do you want to be, recollecting when you are 80, when you are 90, when you cannot do so much any longer? So what memories are you making? What is this definition of success? Now, whatever comes to your mind as a definition of success, you begin to ask yourself today, right now, what am I doing, right, that is pivoting me, that is taking me towards the success that I imagine that I will have achieved when I am the age of 90? Where am I today? And what are the things that I need to do to actually achieve this level of success that I imagine that I truly want to have? Then we also looked at what value is to you as a person. Value is very, very important. It reflects on what truly matters to you in life. Sometimes the things that I value as very important might not be what the next person beside me sees as valuable. And so it's important you identify what is value to you as an individual, not what is value to somebody else. That is a starting point to discovering who you are. What do you see as valuable? And so what brings you joy and fulfillment? These are all in search of value, of understanding purpose in life. What are those things that makes your heart sing? All right, that gives you, anytime you think about it, anytime you do them, it makes you feel good. What are those things? It's very, very important you take time out, for self-reflection. And this is one of the things that many people don't do. We don't get time to reflect about ourselves by ourselves. We are busy with life, busy doing this, running around, getting ends meet here and there. But how much of time do we have with ourselves to think on what are our priorities? What are the things that are value to us? What gives us joy? What really do we want to see ourselves as when we get old? These questions are incredibly important questions that will help you to set yourself, your trajectory of life, and align yourself right. And so we talked around finding focus. By the time you begin to look at the values, things that are valuable to you, by the time you begin to realize things that that brings you joy, we also talked around how to even understand what your life's purpose is, looking at the things that from the inside of you. We understand that your purpose on earth has already been set. You are not meant to create purpose for yourself. We came to understand that what you need to do is to discover purpose, because as you have been created, purpose has been created within you. Purpose has been created for you to accomplish. And all you need to do is to discover it. And so, how do you discover it? There are very simple ways you can easily discover these things, and most of the time, there are triggers, there are, pointers to what this purpose is for you, and you just need to search within. Sometimes the things that gives you passion, sometimes the things you have passion for, sometimes the things you have strength for, you are able to do. You don't get tired when you are doing them. When you're learning, it's easy for you to learn. What are those things that people actually want out there that is valuable to people, right? What are those things that you do easily? We were able to have that formula. And again, if you want to go deeper into this particular conversation, go to our YouTube channel, all right, and then search for that. I think we had that on the webinar too. Okay. So, choices. You also need to identify your most meaningful area today, because by the time you look at all of these things, at the end of the day, you might truly find out that there are more than one thing that makes you happy. You might truly find out that there are more than one thing that you feel you need to do. You feel your heart is aligned to do, and then sometimes it can create confusion. And so when such confusion comes, this is where you now need to be able to prioritize. We talked about strategies on prioritizing in one of the webinars. Okay, and so we need to be able to, so you don't get overwhelmed, because you can easily get overwhelmed with so many things to do at the same time. And so, how do you identify those things that are most meaningful to you? Now, you begin to look at what are those things that are most meaningful to you. Short-term lenses enhance immediate focus. The ability to look at today, what is the most important thing that I need to do now, I need to do first. There may be so many things. At this point, we talked about the wheel of life. On one of the webinars, the second webinar also, we introduced the wheel of life, where we understand that as a human, you have different areas of life. Different things are calling you. Your family, both nuclear family, extended family, your work, right? Your academics, if you're a student or if you're still studying, your business as a business person, your finance is also another thing that is calling for attention. Your health is also calling for attention. Even your free time, your leisure time, is also calling for attention. Some people don't take vacation seriously or important. It's also a part of life that you need to take, plan for and take important. And so when you have all of these things drawing you, how do you identify the things that you need is to do now? It's important to know which one are you going to start with. Now, we have a priority matrix that we talked about, okay? And so you can also take your time and go check the videos for more on that. Okay, and then when the next webinar we talked about the why. Now that you have identified out of so many things that you can do that could have been purpose to you, that could have caused confusion, you have been able to narrow down. You've been able to focus, put your light on just one or two things that you can do, so you don't drain your energy. So, because if by the time you want to do everything at the same time, you get exhausted. We talked about energy zappers too. And so, you don't want to be in that position. Now that you've narrowed down, it's important to understand why you are narrowing down to what you're narrowing down. And this brought us to the concept of the 5 whys. This 5 whys is a business concept that is used in business, is used in lean management, right? When you ask the question why 5 times, for every decision you are taking, for everything you want to say, everything action you want to take, why are you taking that action? You want to buy something, why are you buying the thing you're buying? Next question, I'm buying it because of this. Why is it that? Why this? Why that? Just line up your whys, for 5 times. If you are able to answer your whys justifiably, the 5 levels of whys, then you're sure that you are sure-footed. If anybody asks you why you're doing what you're doing, you are able to answer them. You won't be fidgeting. You will not be like, okay, why am I even doing this? So you will not find yourself jumping from one thing to another, because you have asked yourself why several times and you are rooted. You know why you are doing what you are doing. And so You are confident, it builds confidence. And so it helps you to stay consistent, because if your why is not strong, we talked about a big why. If your why is not strong, then anytime you find opposition on what you are doing, you think the next thing is to give up. Anytime you face challenges, the next thing is to run away, because your why has never been big. And that's why it's important that your why for whatever you are doing is big enough to weather the storm that will naturally and will come definitely. Challenges will come, storms will come, opposition will come. Do you flee because opposition has come? And this is why, one of the reasons why we also talked about the fact why how you can, you will run away, you will escape from the circle of starting and dumping projects. Start and stop. Start, not even start and stop. Start and dump. Start and dump. You now have so many unfinished products or projects, because you really didn't start it with a strong why. You really didn't have a sure-footed reason why you started what you started. And so, it's not all about willpower. Sometimes you see somebody has started something, it looks good, they are making money out of it. Sometimes it can just it can trigger your willpower. Be like, yeah, I can do it. Yes, you can say all the confession, I can do this, I can do this. Yeah. But by the time you start it, and when you begin to face the challenges those people that you saw didn't tell you about, willpower will weaken over time. And so when your willpower weakens over time, what is going to make you keep going? A strong why. Another thing that will keep you going is a deep meaning. Trust me, by the time you have a very strong why, it is going to be coordinated and it's going to be linked to a meaning for your life. Because if you are querying your decisions, you get to a point that you realize that maybe at the third why or the fourth why, most times you realize that there's no need to even go ahead with this, because your whys are not strong. And so it is a very easy way, a litmus test to know if your decisions are strong in God, if you really want to go ahead with an action or or a decision you are about to take. Because when you're asking yourself, what your answers will determine if they really mean something to you, if they are valuable to you, or if something you want to pursue. We also talked about emotional anchors. Feelings provide strength and motivation. At the end of the day, we also talked about the difference between, we summarized little bit the difference between feelings and emotions, and then how you are going to be able to, use you control your emotions and also wield your feelings so they can also be fuel to fulfilling your purpose in life. We also now talked about SMART goals. SMART goals has structure. Goals generally should have structure. The structure behind your goals help you to, build resilience for your goals. Goals should have, it's just like a house. When you're building a house, you have foundation. All right? Everybody knows about that. But when you're bringing up the foundation is all your whys, the meaning, the value to you before you even start it. So you understand why you are doing all of these things. So you are building a foundation. But next thing is the structure. The structure is, all the frames, that you are going to, when you're building a house, the frames, the pillars that you're going to set around. All of those are the structures that you need to put in place. And so your goals, right, should, the structures, they should be like a support. You have like some support framework that will help you keep moving on your goals. You need to develop them. These are the things I want to achieve. This is my goal. What are the things that are going to support my goal? You need to be able to identify them. And also we talked about SMART goals being, time bound. Again, we talked about time bound with the fact that though goals are time bound, we don't want you to feel as though when you extend, or when your time as you've clocked the time and then you've not achieved your goal, you don't need to beat yourself down. You don't need to push yourself down. You don't need to criticize yourself and feel like, oh, I am a failure because time has gone. No. You need to understand that time is just there to, to keep you going, not to make you feel like a failure. And so once your goals, sometimes you don't meet your timelines for your goals, it's okay. Also, we talk about the fact that goals should respect your capacity. Understanding your goal will now will help you know if you need to improve your capacity. And then you begin to, accomplish your goal according to what you can achieve in terms of your capacity. Let me break this down. Talking about capacity, let me break this down. If my goal is to become um, a construction engineer, I mean, I don't know anything about it. I can't start that. So I need to build structures first. What are the structures? Learning, looking for resources. If I need certifications, I go for certifications. So while I am building those structures, I am building my capacity. I cannot, go head on goals that I do not have capacity to achieve. And so I now need to respect my capacity or improve my capacity. And that's the essence of goals. So goals should be able to push you up, but not kill you. Next webinar, we talked around getting unstuck. You have started. The truth is that in life, at one point or the other, when the going gets tough, there's a saying that says that when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. There will be times where you will just get stuck. You are trying something, you just keeps failing. Does it mean that you made a wrong decision? Perhaps not. It's not every time that you fail that you made a wrong decision. And most times, what failure does is actually giving you a pointer. Failure is telling you that this is what needs to happen. Failure is telling you, don't do something in this particular manner again. And so failure is not telling you you have actually made a wrong decision. And so when this resistance comes, let's see it as part of growth. When you are stuck, see it as, what is this situation telling me, basically. So we need to be aware and recognize that being stuck provides us valuable insights. So the question you should ask yourself is, what is this situation telling me? I have not been able to move further for 1 year. What is this situation telling me? Oh, do I need to learn more? Oh, do I need some influence somewhere? Oh, do I need people? Some people talk about, business expansion. And the next thing is that they say, oh, I need money because I don't have money. That's why I'm not able to expand. Meanwhile, all you just need is to go out for a conference and just mix with someone, and then get a connection that is going to give you access to what will blow your business. You are in the comfort of your home. You are not moving around, and you are saying that something is happening to your business. What is that situation telling you? So when you are stuck, there is always an information. Business is not going fine. What is that information? Do you need to increase your marketing? Do you need to change your marketing strategy? There is always a valuable insight. But what most people do is we get anxiety. We get anxious. And when you are anxious in a situation of being stuck, you are not able to think progressively. When you act with confusion, when you act with depression, when you act with, oh, what's going on? I'm not getting it right. This is when you act with frustration. Your brain has already been put in a state where it cannot be productive. And you did that to yourself. But when you are in a position where you feel stuck, and you first tell yourself, okay, all right, I'm stuck. It's not going fine. What do I need to do? You are already telling your brain that work needs to happen. Something needs to happen. It begins to charge up. That's a positive vibe, which is opposite to the negative vibe your frustration will give to your brain. Your complaint will give to your brain. Your disappointment, your feeling disappointed will give to your brain. And so, summarily, when you are stuck, you are not really stuck. When you are stuck, find out information, insights. What brought me here? What will bring me out? Don't take it negatively, and take it as part of life. We also talked about taking small steps, right? When you have, big goals, the ability to break your goals down into small chunks is a very, very important skill. Now, even in the corporate world, in business, not even just in business, even in your homes, personally, you will need to be able to learn the skill of breaking down big tasks into small tasks. Very, very important. And so that will be another separate session we'll be having in one of our series, one of our sessions with Coach P.Nath. All right, so watch out for that. But again, it's very, very key that you learn the skill of breaking big tasks down to smaller tasks. That helps you to build momentum. That helps you to be steady. That helps you to keep going. Because most time when you have a big goal and you just want to hit your head on the rock, it's you that you get you get hurt at the end of the day. Learn how to start small and grow big. Okay. Now here we are. We're wrapping up this session again. Like I said, we've done a whole lot already over the past 6 weeks. It's time for you to begin to reflect on this journey so far. What transitions have you made? You wrote down some things in the work tools. For those of you that had your tools, that your worksheets, right? In terms of your planning, in terms of the wheel of life, what are those things that you have narrowed down that you want to start doing? Okay, and then how have you started, and what have you been doing so far? There should have been a shift, right? If you have been following these sessions progressively. And so it's important to honor this journey. It's not easy, and I want to congratulate you all that have stayed with me up until now on this journey. Okay, now integration over information. I'm just going to go straight to the next thing. Identity shapes outcome. Now, this is very key. Identity matters. Sustainable growth thrives when you embrace your true self. All we have done so far is for you to understand yourself, to be able to reach within yourself, to understand the purpose that you were created for. So you don't continue to run other people's lives. You don't begin to live other people's lives. Enough of living other people's lives, and start living your life. Many people are living their lives on social media, and many people are living other people's lives that they see on social media, especially in this age and time. Many people have lost themselves into others and not been able to reach within themselves, find themselves. And that's the purpose of these sessions that we have had so far. You being able to reach within yourself. But again, if you've not been able to get to this point, no pressure. It's okay. And that's why we are still here. It's fine. Don't pressure yourself. You always have an opportunity, to book sessions with me on www.growwithpnath.com. You can book a session with me. We can have, further conversations around this. All right? Okay. Who are you becoming? Who are you becoming? Very, very important. Resilience and confidence have grown significantly, as have they. Old habits are slowly fading away now. These are some of the things that you're experiencing. And for some people, new passions are emerging more clearly. And this is going to be some of the experiences of those of you who have followed this series and actually done all of these exercises, so far. You'll be having different experiences, right? And experience of one person will be different from the other. Okay, recognize your growth or foster deeper self-belief. I cannot overemphasize. I cannot overemphasize. Trust yourself. Trust your journey. Trust that you are unique. Trust that you have a purpose. Trust that your purpose is important. Another person's purpose is not more important than yours. What other people out there are fulfilling, are achieving, is no more important than what you are achieving. You have something great inside you. Reach out into it. Okay. Consistency is about steady growth with the right support. And that's why we are here. And that's why I am here. Your humble self, Coach P.Nath, to help you out along in your journey. At this point, I want to invite you to the Life Mastery Coaching Program. For this life mastery coaching program, gives you an opportunity to continue growth and self-discovery. On this program, you have 8, different modules that you are going to be taken through on this coaching program. And I've shared, some of this information with us already on the platform, on those of you that are on the WhatsApp platform. All right. The life coaching program is a program that will help you to understand yourself deeper. Like I said earlier, if you've not been able to, reach within yourself, no hassles, no problems. It's not an issue. You still have plenty opportunities, but the earlier the better. And so this program will help you to do that. So just give me a moment. Let me share that with you so you can see what we have there. Just give me a second. Okay, so here is the Life Mastery Program. It helps you to gain clarity. You want to crush limiting beliefs that have set you, to be stagnant for too long. You want to crush them away. Things that have not helped you to be who you are. You want to conquer your goals, and you're doing this with proven truths, strategies backed by neuroscience. And so that's what this program is going to do for you. This program is highly discounted. This same program is for $100. Some are offering the same program for about $120. Again, we know ourselves. Not everybody is offering this particular program. It's actually a limited program. You can search online and check it out. And so you see there is none that is as low as this amount, which is $50. All right. This coaching program equips you with 2 strategies to support needed to overcome challenges, to master your mindset. Everything starts with the mind. Everything starts with your mind. If your mind has been is challenged, it will be difficult for you to move on. You need to be able to overcome your mind, take control of your mind. Your mind is not you, but your mind is a tool. But many people don't know that their minds are tools that they can, control and use. But most times, people just allow their minds, to rule them. Because if you're not careful, your mind can actually have, when you say something has a mind of its own, your mind has a mind of its own. And so if you leave your mind alone to be doing its things, it will control you. But again, you have the ability to control your mind. And so it's important that you master yourself, you master your mind, and then this will help you to be able to build a life that is aligned with your true purpose. And so this program gives you everything that you need. So just take your time, look at this program. There's no rush, okay? You want to break free and create a life of purpose and meaning, you need the Life Mastery Accelerator program. Um, it's an 8-week program. We are not, it's not, again, it's a self-paced program. It's online, okay? It's a video course. Basically, you take your time and then you don't rush it, okay? However, it's not something you are supposed to just watch. I mean, go through it. No. In a day, but you have to. It's designed in such a way that every week for 8 weeks you go through each of the modules, because there are assignments, there are exercises that you need to go through. And so this is how this program is going to change your life. Gives you clarity and direction, self-discovery and awareness, overcome limiting beliefs, resilience and perseverance, increased confidence and self-belief, right? Goal setting and action planning. So you have another opportunity to go through this again, and then personal growth development, and then you now have a life aligned with your values. See, a life that is aligned with your values is the most satisfactory life, is the most stressless life, because it's aligned with your values. And so that's what you have for the Life Mastery Coaching Program. Again, you see, normally the price is $199, $200 thereabout, but I'm bringing it down for $49.99. But again, there is another interesting thing for those of you that have gone through this webinar, this Live Your Best Life webinar with me. You are going to be having a coupon code that would also slash this. I think some of you should have received the email already. That will slash this to by 50%. And so this is truly a giveaway price. But then note, this training, we have about almost 70 people that have gone through that. I mean, that have registered for this particular training and gone through this training. I mean, this webinar with me at one point or the other. And so this is also available to everyone. However, we only have 20 slots for this coupon. And I think for the first 20 people who are serious about this, only 20 slots are available. After the 20th person, it will automatically close and you won't be able to use that coupon again. So you have the coupon in your emails for everyone here. Again, this particular webinar is going to be on YouTube, and so I will not be saying the code right here. So only those who have registered will have the privilege of seeing the code in their email box. And so go check the mail. It came in today. Once you see the coupon code, you can take advantage of that coupon code and then register. And if you go on this site, you will see a whole lot of other courses, short courses that you can actually look into from coachpnath.com. And again, I also encourage you to look at the blog. We have a lot of information, a lot of articles that will help you. Here we have pain of discipline versus pain of regret, right? Wonderful article. We have the circle of thoughts, embracing life's natural rhythm. We have the secret to work-life balance, okay? The 4 secret habits of successful people. Procrastination, how to handle that. Reclaim your purpose, 5 proven steps. And so you can take your time and begin to read some of these articles. They will really help you to grow as an individual. More articles will be added as we go on. And again, on the courses, aside from the coaching program for now, we also have other programs. We have other courses here. Master the Habit of Success and Achieve Your Goals. We also have Reclaim Your Purpose and Build a Life of Confidence and Success. Unlock Your Inner Greatness. This is a powerful one. Unlock your inner greatness. So if you have ever been, feel down, you ever feel like you're not able to achieve, or you feel there's more, you're not where you ought to be, you feel there's more you can achieve, and there's something just limiting you can't tell what it is, you will need to go through this course. Unlock your inner greatness and achieve the life that you deserve. And then you develop the mental fortitude to conquer life challenges with confidence and grace. So all of these courses are available for you, and these ones are regular courses. They're not This is just for $10. You can get this course for $10, and the other ones there too for $10. But the Life Mastery program I shared with you is not just a short course. That is a major coaching program, which is what we have right here, which is the Life Mastery. Okay, this brings us to the end of the session. I hope it's been a valuable use of your time these past 6 weeks. This webinar for today will also be uploaded on our YouTube channel. Please join my YouTube channel, subscribe, like, watch the videos. All of these, my channels are pretty new, and so I will appreciate your likes, I will appreciate your comments where necessary, and I will appreciate your subscription. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful evening, and bye-bye. You hear from me soon. Cheers.